Good morning, and thanks for joining us here on Fox16.com and KARK.com for our Victory Over Violence digital series. My name's Ashley King. So in the past few weeks, we have been covering stories about fights. There's been quite a few fights at high schools. We had Pine Bluff School District actually just increase their security this past week after having to close school on Friday because of fights that happened throughout the week. There's been videos that people have sent us from Little Rock's Southwest High School. We've also had some from Bryant High School as well. So today we're focusing on conflict resolution, which is one thing that, you know, is used to help reduce some of the fighting that's going on, and also a way to reduce some of the violence. And that brings me to our guest today. So our guest, he is someone who knows the streets pretty well, and he goes by the name of Uncle Willie, and I'm going to bring him in right now, and I'm going to let him explain why the people know you as Uncle Willie.
How you doing, Ashley?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. Well, the name Uncle Willie, it occurred in prison. The youngsters, out of respect and endearment and love, they gave the nickname Uncle Willie to me. At first, I rebelled against it because Uncle Willie associated it with a old name that we hate. That's Uncle Tom.
Ah, okay.
And so the youngsters they said, Uncle Willie, no, we don't look at you like that in no kind of way. We call you Uncle Willie, you understand, because that endears you to all of it. That means all of us can call you Uncle Willie.
That makes sense.
Not disrespect to nobody. So that's how I got the name Uncle.
Ah, okay.
Little Willie.
That makes perfect sense then. Okay, I'm glad to hear that, because I saw you, a couple weeks ago, we were at the MLK Commission's event, and I showed my mom the picture we took. My mom's like, who is that? I was like, oh, that's Uncle Willie. And she was like, that he looks like Uncle Willie. So, so there we go. Glad we got that under control. All right, hold on. I'm trying to see. 1 second. I'm trying to see if I can hear you in here. Is it this? We're working some stuff behind the scenes real quick. Okay.
Oh, okay.
I can't hear him through here. I just hear through there. Okay. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and get started then. Before we kind of talk about the street teams and what you do with that, let's first talk about kind of your past a little bit. You talked about it a little bit, but can you just I guess just tell me a little bit about what happened and how you ended up in prison and out of prison.
Well, actually, I mean, if the truth be known, I never should have went to prison because as a young man, I didn't want for nothing. My mother, you know what I'm saying, and surrounding people kind of made sure that I had the things that I needed to survive and make it in life as a young man. But for some reason, you know, and then they seen something in me, you understand, that I didn't see in myself. They seen me as growing up to be a preacher, something of that nature right there. And somewhere down the line, I deviated from that path. And I started skipping school. I was an A student. In fact, I got 2 double promotions in elementary school, 2 double promotions while I was going to elementary school, you know. So I was ahead of my time. But somewhere down that path, I deviated, and I started skipping school to go shoot pool. I started gambling, and all of a sudden, you understand, I started needing money to support my gambling habit and to support my pool shooting habit, you know. And I've never done drugs in my life except for marijuana. I did one hit a half a tab of acid on Sunshine back in the 60s. And he gave me such a bad high that I asked the Lord, if you bring me down from this here, I promise you I will never, ever do it again.
Oh, wow.
And I got down safely, so I ain't never did it. But I just, you know, all of a sudden, I just committing crime was kind of glamorous because Ebony magazine interviewed me back in the 60s and I proclaim myself as a modern day Robin Hood, robbing from the rich and giving it to the poor, you know, and I just, you know, I kept the life going, you know, and I mean, some of the people used to predict I'd be dead before I was 28. You know, I'm 68 now, and you know, I accumulated a love, overwhelming love and concern for our young people.
Yeah.
You know, because you know all the deaths, all the going into prison.
Yeah.
You know, when I know in my heart that basically what they trying to let people know, look, all we want is a equal chance and opportunity to succeed, to take care of our family.
Yeah.
That's how I got into this.
And that's kind of what you work on now, right? You're out in the street trying to give people that equal chance.
Yes, that's what the street team is all about. You know,
so tell me a little bit about the street team. What is it for people who don't know?
The street team consists of like the street teams in Baltimore, Maryland, New York, Newark, New Jersey, New York, California. We are a group of ex-convicts that's truly dedicated and loyal to the job that we do toward helping our young people find reason to lay their guns down and quit using violence to solve their problems. You know, we, you know, try the one thing that I want to get understood right here is that we have no connection with the police ourselves.
Okay. Okay.
Anything police, you understand, goes through our supervisor, City Hall.
But you are connected with the city of Little Rock.
Right.
Okay.
Right. And we go out, as I said, to help de-escalate the violence.
Yeah.
You know, if a killing, multiple killings happen, you understand, the only time that we associate ourselves with the police is to ask questions like, do you think this is gang related? If you do, what gang do you think is involved? And the purpose of us doing that there is so that we can go ahead, get ahead of them, and if it's going to be a flare-up, a spreading of violence, we won't be in a position to try to de-escalate this violence. So that's the primary function of the street team. And you brought up a word while ago, two words while ago, conflict
resolution. Yeah.
Brother Wayne made me go to school, go to attend classes, and until I got a certificate. Well, all three of us got a certificate on this conflict resolution.
Okay.
And we utilize conflict resolution because most of the time, actually, a lot of violence that happens today is something from a problem that happened 20, 25 years ago.
So they're fighting fights that aren't even really their fight.
Right, it's not even their fight. And really, when you just really look at it, it's not a problem, you understand, that they should put on their shoulder.
Yeah, yeah.
And try to, you understand, solve it. Because and I don't want to sound racist in any kind of way. But I be trying to, you understand, get the blacks to understand. All you're doing is killing off your race. Just look.
Yeah.
We used to be the second biggest population in America behind whites. Now we're about fourth or fifth. You don't see Mexicans going around killing up each other like you see blacks. You don't see whites going around killing up each other like you see blacks. You don't see Asians going around killing up each other like blacks. We're the only race of people, you understand?
Why do you think that is?
You know what?
That's kind of a loaded question.
It's really a loaded question, and really it might be an answer, to it, but I think you understand it's going to take a scholar to really answer that question. Brother Wayne probably could answer a lot better than me. But I think he would say something like, no, I ain't gonna say he would say that. I'm saying this here, that it stems from too much testosterone. You know, wanting to be the #1 alpha male, not wanting to be a beta male.
Yeah.
Wanting to have, you got to challenge the top dog in order to be top dog. If you aspiring to be top dog, it's a whole bunch of childish stuff. You know?
Yeah. There's a lot to it.
Yeah. But most of it is childish. You know, and the one thing that kind of perturbs me today is that we got a whole lot of young mothers and fathers out there.
Yeah.
And they don't handle situations the way the mothers and fathers used to handle it. You know, like they won't get involved and get more and be more madder than their children, you know, which only serve to escalate the violence.
Yeah.
You know,
what
like the mother go ahead.
Oh no, keep going. You can keep going.
You know, like the mother the other day that brought the gun to the violence. I think that was essential. You know, you can't be a parent and relate to your children about de-escalating violence when you
are causing the violence. Yeah.
You can't. I mean, you can't do that.
So how do you, if this is a situation, I guess, where the parents also have to learn, is that, do you talk with parents as well, not just, you know, the kids out there?
This is what Brother Wayne wanted us to start doing.
Okay.
And this is something else that we came up with about 3-4 years ago, but it ain't manifested itself yet. What we desire to do is we desire to go around to all the schools in the Little Rock area.
Okay.
Talk to all of the teachers, all of the administrators at one time. Then we come back another time. We talk to all the students. We've done that. We've talked to a bunch of students at McClellan.
Okay.
And then we come back and talk to all of the parents. Nobody else present but the parents. Then we come back the last time and we bring all of them together. And we consolidate information from the talks with all three groups. We bring it all together because we got everybody present.
Okay.
And everybody get to see what they need, what their role need to be in getting the world back to normal. But that's what our goal is. We're trying to get the world back to normal.
Yeah.
You know, where our children at 6:30, 7 o'clock can be outside playing without the worry of a stray bullet hitting them.
Yeah.
Where grandmothers and grandfathers and mothers can walk 2 blocks to the store and come back home and not worry about a bullet hitting them. I mean, this was a norm during the time I was growing up.
Yeah, I think about that now sometimes too, even with me. Like, you know, I used to walk to the park with no problem. My parents didn't have to worry about anything. And now, if I was a kid or if I had a child, I don't know if I'd let them walk to the park because I'd be afraid of what might happen to them.
Man, I remember during the time when I was growing up, everybody took a vested interest in everybody's child.
Yeah.
It was that what you call that, the village.
And the village takes a village. Yeah.
Yeah. And they used to do that. They don't do that now. I'd have heard this here. Man, I don't care about them. If they kill all of them up, and push them in a hole, you know what I'm saying, and bury them alive. I ain't gonna be mad.
Yeah.
That's how a lot of grown-ups is starting to feel about our young people.
Yeah.
I can't never allow myself to feel like it there because I have too much. I used to be a child myself.
Yeah.
And if people had gave up on me, there's a possibility I could be in the graveyard.
Yeah.
You know, when I came home.
Yeah.
When I came home out of prison after doing 33 and a half years, people could have gave up on me then. And I'd have been out here in the streets wandering around like a chicken with his head cut off, on my way back to prison, or on my way to a grave.
Yeah.
But now I'm a difference maker out here.
Mm-hmm. So how are you?
Yes.
You talked about conflict resolution. How do you? What are some steps? Like, what do you do to try to, like, if you come in contact with a person who's beefing with somebody else, how do you try to resolve that?
Okay, the first thing you do, you understand, is after you greeted, y'all did all y'all proper introduction to each other and everything.
Mm-hmm.
You ask the question, man, what is this all about?
Okay.
9 times out of 10, by me not being a police officer, no security officer, nothing like that, they're gonna talk to me.
Mm-hmm.
Man, look, okay, Eli said, well, man, 6 years ago, dude, you understand, disrespected my sister. So, disrespect your sister how?
Mm-hmm.
He called her the B word. Okay, brother, let me get this dude. Let this dude apologize to you and your sister. Let's de-escalate this here.
Mm-hmm.
There's no reason to take his life because at the time he was young and dumb and made a slip up. So let's go ahead on and do all the proper apologies and everything, and let's move on away from this here, you understand? You keep living, he keep living, and your sister, you understand, keep on growing and enjoying herself, and let's go on to something else. And when we get a chance to intervene, it works.
Yeah.
The difference between the street team here in Little Rock and the street team everywhere else, I don't know if you Googled the street team in Newark, New Jersey.
Yeah, I looked that one up the other day.
Okay, and another one you should have looked up was Baltimore, Maryland, New York. The difference between those street teams is Chamber of Commerce, the mayors, all the big businessmen, various politicians, throw their weight in behind the street team. The street teams are they loyal.
Yeah.
They dedicated to the job that they doing. They want what everybody else wants.
So do you guys need more support, you think, to be able to reach more people?
Most definitely. We definitely need more support. The whole street team as a whole, we need the support. We need more support and financial support. Because what we do out here, number one, these guys, I got about 35, maybe 40 jobs in my back pocket that I created for myself, and maybe a few of them, understand, the city, understand, is going to deal with it, but I got for myself.
Okay.
To get people hired.
Yeah.
To a company that asked me, you understand, to please promote them on getting people hired because that's what they want to do.
Yeah.
Is hire people.
So
bring people to work. So,
having that access to jobs is very important then.
Right, yeah. And I normally put it on Facebook, post it on Facebook that I have jobs. I put my phone number down and everything for people to call me. You know, right now, there is no reason for anybody to say that they can't find a job.
Oh, I believe you.
Because this city, the city is hiring. West Central Community Center, you understand, through Ms. Wright, Director Wright over there, they hiring people. Even over in Southwest Community Center, they're hiring people. People are hiring.
What about if you have what if you have a criminal record?
The jobs I got, criminal record don't make no difference.
Okay. Okay.
They are not background checking.
Yeah.
As long as you don't have, it's 2 crimes that you can't have. And if you got those crimes there, you understand, then you won't get hired.
Okay.
And that's any form of sex crime, especially dealing with a child.
Yeah.
And murder.
Okay.
Anything else, you understand, you can get hired.
Okay. So if people want to find out like how to contact you, how can they do that?
501
Mm-hmm.
765
Okay.
5396. That's my phone number. Only phone number I've had since I've been out of prison.
Okay.
All they can hit me up on social media on Facebook.
Okay.
I don't know. Actually, in fact, I might need your help on this. I got to start me a new Facebook. I got to start me a new Facebook page because somebody hacked my page.
Oh no.
But yes, Lord,
Yeah.
going around harassing some of my followers and everything. But everybody that's my friend on Facebook basically know who I am.
Okay.
So they ignored it and everything.
Okay.
People can hit me up on social media as well. You understand? It's calling me.
Okay.
And I promise you.
What is your name on social media?
William Graves, aka Uncle Willie.
Okay. All right. We should be able to find you then. With
Yeah,
that.
you should be able to find me,
Yeah.
Ashley. You should be able to find me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, is there anything else you want to add? I know we had we were showing this video earlier of some of these fights, like this here, these fights that we're seeing in schools and stuff like this. Is there just anything else you want to add, just when it comes to just resolving this and what we as a community can do?
Ashley, what we as a community can do, we can start encouraging our church to get out and get in the fray. And man, everything is not going to get done until the churches get involved.
Mm-hmm.
That's how we are going to defeat this epidemic of violence.
Yeah.
And the number two thing is, man, we got to quit competing against each other. We all want the same goal. We're trying to achieve the same goals.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we're not competing. I work with and for anybody as long as it's going toward claiming victory, stopping the violence and claiming victory over violence. I wish I could bring stop the violence and victory over violence together. I mean, yeah, I got a T-shirt that I had made. I forgot what it said, but it's on the front.
Mm-hmm.
Let's all come together to stop the violence, on the back, so we can claim victory over violence. That just that by itself, stop the violence and victory over violence together. You know, and I think that would be a beautiful move. I think we get a whole lot more done if we bring that together.
Yeah, definitely. Cool.
Yeah, and people like you keep doing what you're doing. You understand? Bringing people on to magnify the violence that's going on. Too many times, people, you understand, they might focus in on the violence for about 2 weeks, maybe a month, then they move on to something else.
Yeah.
You can't leave this here. This is something that's not going away right now. So we got to stay focused on this here. Mm-hmm. This is important, you know. And with that, Ashley, I thank you, you understand, for giving me a chance to voice my opinion and vent and appeal to the fathers of Little Rock to, man, get invested in the street team.
Yes.
Go through
so if
Brother
people, can people volunteer, or how does that work if they want to help out with the street team?
They have to contact Dana Dossett at City Hall, or probably Bruce Moore, even the mayor, and they my boss is Brother Wayne Burke, you know, but they will take the calls and accept the donations and take it and make it go to the places that it needs to go, that the street team, understand, is working and need.
Okay, cool. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us. And I mean, I like what you're doing. It does take a village. So you're one person, but you are making a difference.
But you know, but as the committee that me and you on is going to make a difference too.
Yeah, that committee. Yep,
We're Robert Hope.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, so we're working.
Yeah. And I look forward to working with every member of that team now.
Yeah, that for people who are watching who don't know, that there's a committee that we are working on that's basically bringing into kind of like you said, bringing together all those different groups, and
right.
So we can be, you know, on one page and put all our resources together to help, you know, try to reduce some of this violence that is happening out there.
And before we hang up, Ashley, this is one thing that I really need to say. Man, you are a continuation of people before you that took a special interest in me and helped to promote the work that I'm doing. And I appreciate you understand, getting invested in me. I appreciate you understand the love and concern that you show.
Yeah.
And what you understand, Uncle Willie really means Uncle Willie. And I really truly appreciate that.
Yeah, well, I appreciate all that you're doing as well.
Thank you.
All right, thank you so much.
Look, and Ashley,
yes.
Always don't just give it to me, or say give it to my team. It's me and my team.
You're right. The whole team. The whole team.
I can't do it without my team.
That is true.
No way.
That is very true.
I couldn't cover it. Yeah, I want my whole team to have as much acclaim and credit as I get.
Yeah, I agree with that. Well, your team is doing a great job as well, so you guys all keep it up. Thanks for joining me, and I'm going to put this information online so that if people want to contact you, they can do that and figure out exactly how to get involved.
Okay, and you can text me and let me know so I can let my people know where they can go see this interview at.
Yep, I will do that too. All right, thank you so much.
Okay.
All right, take care.
Thank you, Ashley.
All right, take care.
Bye-bye.
All right. All right, well, that is all the time we have for today's show. Thank you guys so much for joining us. And remember, there is victory with love.